Not here. Anyway, speaking of women, I saw a lot of people quote tweeting this article, and I don't follow a whole lot of the grifters, but I bet they were jumping on this, and I bet a whole lot of people here were as well. Fan Pulse reported that Vanessa Kirby confirms Fantastic Four First Steps explores gender politics with Sue.
Heard that was a clickbait title.
I saw this, and like many people there, they're like, "Oh no, Marvel's failing and all this. It's ruined. I'm out." I'm sure, like, drum roll, please, Grumpy. Get ready to say that you think it's terrible.
Why women are the?
I have tracked down the source of the article and what the article cites, and can confirm now that what was said is definitely not what this article implies.
Correct.
We will get to Johnny Storm though. Sleeping Psychopathy. I have to. Well, that definitely is like straight from the horse's mouth. But this is the quote from Vanessa. She says, "Matt and I were really aware there hasn't really been a mother with a baby in these superhero archetype women's have been getting. One of the things I love most from Sue's history is when she became Malice and all her dark stuff comes out. I was obsessed with that chapter of her life, so I wanted to make sure that there were tones of Malice in there with her, and that she wasn't just the stereotype of a goody, sweet mother." That's it.
I bet you never read one comic, especially not no Malice comics.
Jim is here. What's up, Jim?
Wait. Let me see if I've got this correct. Are they saying that Sue has a baby?
Yes. Yep. According to, well, it's heavily rumored and heavily implied, but it seems to be like
Franklin Richards.
Sue's going to be pregnant in the movie.
She's going to give birth to Franklin Richards.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
One of the most... Bro, First Steps is Franklin Richards' First Steps.
Yeah,
exactly.
That was when there's people said that in the one of the trailers, the way that Vanessa's moving, it seems like they CGI'd her belly out because it's like almost like she's like moving with like this fake belly. And then the recent clip that they put out of the movie is Johnny going, "You're late," to Sue and Reed, and then Sue's like, "Late? What do you mean?" Like, you know, and then he's like, "Well, you're late for dinner or whatever."
Yes, late for dinner.
So yeah, and so it's like, you know. Anyway, so they kind of grabbed onto this whole like it's gender politics. It's not. Basically, what Sue's going to be is, if you know the Malice storyline, she's talking about how Sue became when she became Invisible Girl to being Invisible Woman, and the idea of just being like she was a nothing member of the Fantastic Four, and she was always kind of pushed down, and then she like came out of her own since then, and it was basically like what made Sue like a regular character instead of just like a damsel in distress kind of archetype, I suppose. And it just seems like that's just mainly like what they're gonna go for. It wasn't about like we're gonna do gender politics. Like it was nothing. It was entire clickbait.
Yeah, that's nothing even remotely close. Maybe that she's pregnant in the the diversity checkbox, maybe, but
pregnant's never been listed as like a diversity checkbox thing, you know, like.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
If anything, the WoKes are against pregnancy.
Right. Yeah, unless it's like she's gonna be pregnant and doing like, you know, all this stuff. Yeah, it's hard to take Fandom Pulse seriously. JDA runs it, so.
Oh wow, what a dumbass hack! Yeah, I wouldn't take it seriously either. I did not know that.
Yeah, I've seen so much stuff where JDA will just make shit up or just like completely like miss something. Like he said like that Harry Osborn in Spider-Man Friendly Neighborhood was a girl, and I literally I quote tweeted him. I'm like, what? Like, very clearly a guy. I get that it's like, oh, he's non-binary. It's like, no, he's not. Like he's just
got like long hair, kind of, right?
Yeah, pregnancy is still a thing only real women can do. You know, he has his narrative that he wants to tell.
Well, that's gonna change in the future with like artificial
yeah,
wombs and shit.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So I just saw that and I'm like, I'm just sick of the grifters. Yeah, that always try to pull this crap. You're like, I'm not even like super hyped for Fantastic Four, but it's sizzling. It's on a bit of a, it's on the boil.
I'm like curious.
Yeah, I'm peeking in. You got my attention. I'm looking in the door. Like,
there's still some things that I really don't like. But yeah, there's some things.
Tourist Jesker, the Tory fan says.
For what?
I don't even know. How do you know that, Jesker? First Steps is written in baby blocks font.
Is it?
What?
You know, the last time I played with baby blocks when I was a baby.
Sue was never nothing. Remember the F4? Grumpy in those like the very, very first comics she kind of was, but the very first Fantastic Four comics were not good. Like they are products of their time. They were cool back then, but they're not.
Yeah, because they were written by Stan Lee.
Yeah, and they didn't really have like the full grasp of who everyone was gonna be and what everyone could do. Like Sue could only turn invisible back then. She couldn't make force fields yet. Anyway, and then there's the Johnny confirmed from the actor. Joseph Quinn says his Human Torch will differ from Chris Evans because he was branded as this womanizing devil-may-care guy. But is that sexy these days? ? I don't think so. This version of Johnny is less callous with other people's feelings.
Gay. Women will always flock to womanizers. Always.
Yeah. Boy,
in my 36 years on Earth, hoping that wasn't the case. That's just how it is. Yeah, Wizard knows that from experience for sure.
But yeah, like it's especially like Marvel Rivals right now has a Johnny Storm they added that is a womanizer to where he has like a flirty.
Not all women. Sorry, I will say not all women. All right, sorry.
Not all women. Yeah, but anyway, so like Johnny has like a line where he like flirts with multiple of the women in the game. So it's like they knew, it's like they understood the assignment, right? So it's like, no, it's fine if Johnny's a womanizer. He just can't have women actually like fawn over him, but also not be like a quagmire, like creepy, like rapist guy. But he can be like flirty with them and be like, yeah, how about me and you have some fun or like go on a date. And then she's like, get out of here, hot shot. And he's like, yeah, that's all right.
You're taking away the teeth and like personality of these characters where everyone's just a cookie cutter robot by doing shit like that. Yeah.
And being like, well, we don't want to like offend people or like it's stupid. Like it's like, no, like Johnny can be a womanizing like asshole. Like it's all right. Like
it's the same thing as I don't need no man. I'm a strong, independent woman. It's the same thing.
I would almost describe Johnny Storm as a fuckboy with a heart of gold. I don't know what that reminds me of. I just thought of it right now. I'm going to trademark that.
That's probably like archetype. Yeah, it's archetype. Yeah, it's a good way to describe it.
But no, like this is, I honestly like, I hope this is something that maybe it's for this because the director wants it. Then down the line in some crossover, the Russos will, because like Star-Lord was like a womanizing guy and that wasn't a problem. Like they made him like suck at it, but like you see him like he gets women and he's talked about being with women and seducing them and all that, but he's not like, oh, I'm objectifying them or anything like that, and he and then like in the later ones it's just more like, hey, he just fails at womanizing or he gets Gamora and so he's just fine with that one, and whatever.
Yeah, he should at the very least be like flirty.
Grumpy disagrees about the first F4 book. I'm like, they're not bad. It's just that they're not like, they're very much of the time. Like, I mean, you can like them, Grumpy. They're 60s Marvel comics, and 60s Marvel comics are a bit of a bit grating at times. And that's just mainly due to Stan Lee's writing. Jack Kirby's art's still great, and everything. But and then if you want, you can listen to the
actual architect.
Yeah, you can listen to the Fantastic Four radio show, and they'll actually read some of the books out for you. And Bill Murray plays the Human Torch.
Bill Murray's the Human Torch, really?
Bill,
That makes
Bill
sense,
Murray
though.
is the
Personality-wise.
human torch in the Fantastic Four radio shows, and that was his very first acting role.
Really?
Holy shit, that's such a cool.
Or like one of his first, but like first like major role. Yeah.
Huh.
I'm not really a Bill Murray fan, but that's pretty fucking
Let me
cool.
pull that up.
Personality-wise, he's exactly like. Not exactly.
He also sounds completely bored, but that's Bill Murray. Bill Murray acting, just everything is phoned in.
Nah, he was okay in Ghostbusters.
So what? Instead of going on there and he's like, "Flame on," instead it's like, "Flame on."
Yeah, here's the. Like they're all up on YouTube. You can listen to the whole thing.
True believers. Marvel Comics is on the air. Out of the pages of the world's greatest comic magazine come the adventures of the Fantastic Four. This week, the first tale in this new radio series is from the original book of Marvel called The Fantastic Four Meet the Mole Man, the beginnings of which we shall witness in just half a moment.
Such an iconic cover.
New York City, through the din of midday traffic, is heard a strange explosion. A symbol takes shape in the city's sky.
And so, like, this is literally like the very first issue. Like, for some of these, I was literally like reading it along as Stan Lee and the voice actors like did it. They changed some of the lines. One of the first appearance of Doctor Doom, the ending is completely different. It's very weird. But sometimes it's sort of like, they just change it for readability and stuff like that. But see if I can find like Bill Murray.
See if there's a timestamp.
My head is pounding like it's at first. Just my hands, I can't see it.
Finn was right. We should have waited.
We should have had heavier shielding. But sis, I feel like I'm burning up. But
Yeah, you could tell it's him right away.
He sounded okay right there, though. Didn't sound like he was phoning in too much.
No, but I mean, like you can tell it's Bill Murray though. It's pretty funny. Yeah. Swan, you messed up your little thingy there. I'll do it though.